Good morning, everybody. It's Rich and Barakat. Today, I want to talk about the product category that I recommend starting on if you are in the United States or abroad looking at importing Nigerian goods for e-commerce and Amazon, Walmart, eBay, or if you are a Nigerian looking at importing Nigerian goods for the same purpose. My recommendation for you, because I do not want you to make the same mistake that I made. When I first started out, although I know who my audience was, I know that my audience was Nigerians in the United States looking for Nigerian products. Check that. But what I did very early on in this journey was I was trying to sell everything to that particular target audience, from traditional crafts to food items. There was a point I even tried clothing, which did not work out. I tried hats, just basically everything that I could get my hands on that was manufactured in Nigeria was what I was importing into the US and selling online on our website as well as on our Amazon store. The issue with that is, although people were buying these items, on a branding perspective, the Barakat brand wasn't really known for any particular product category. Essentially, we became a general store, meaning you were selling any and everything. And for some people, that works. But for us, the direction that we decided to go to or decided to pursue was we wanted to be known for a particular product category. So and I've said this in previous videos, we had a little over 20 something different SKUs, meaning 20 something different products, all made in Nigeria, that we were bringing in and selling online. Let me give you a list of some of those products. We had chewing sticks. We had amala scoops, those little like triangular curved scoops that they make in Nigeria. We had that at one point. What else did we have? We are currently selling the Niger Gary Turner. So we have that. Obviously, we have canes, we have beads. We had, plastic bags, those yellow and black striped plastic bags that the marketers in Nigeria use to bag your items. We were selling those. We brought those in. But the problem is, becoming a generalist store, you are not known. That is not a way to build a brand. We are not trying to become the next Amazon that sells everything. We're not trying to become the next Walmart that sells everything. We wanted to be known for one particular product niche. And we decided that the specialty food, spices, and seasonings category is what we wanted to be in, because these are items that are easy to pack, they're easy to source, they're easy to sell, and they're easy to import. You don't have to worry too much about the items getting damaged in transit. Oh, did I tell you at one point too, we had a Senator, I was sewing like Senator up and down, Senator Nigerian wear that I actually sold. Customers were buying these things. But that wasn't really the direction that we wanted to go. So for you, it's going to be enticing because you can get your hands on these things in Nigeria. If you're abroad, yes, you can send someone out for you to go source these items for you, import them in. This is where the discipline of entrepreneurship now comes in. And I wish I had the same information that I had today when I started back in the day. I would just have focused on, I would have selected a niche item and focused on becoming the best in that category. So for you, this is where entrepreneurship discipline comes in. Although, and I call these things all bright, shiny objects, BSOs, you're going to have a sea of products available to you, and everyone coming at you from left, right, front, and back. Oh, can you sell this? Can you sell that? We have this for sale. You have got to choose the category that you want to go in. If you want to go into the food items category, just import and sell food items. You should actually consider sub-niching from that food category. And by sub-niching, you can pick, okay, do I want to sell edible oils? Meaning palm oil, granite oil, okay? In that sub-niche, do you want to sell spices and seasonings? Like we're doing, crayfish, ogbono, salt, black pepper, red pepper, ginger, turmeric, things of that nature. If you go into the fashion space, fine and dandy, but don't intermingle. You're selling fashion, you're selling food and spices, which is what we're doing. And that is why we still have some of those products available. If you go on our website, all you see is where we are going. We are just going in the spices and seasonings, the specialty spices and seasonings avenue. That's where we are going. That's why you're only going to see crayfish, you're going to see ogbono, you're going to see sea salt, we are going to see black pepper. Where are we sourcing our crayfish? Directly from Oron, Akwa Ibom State, which is where I'm from. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. Oron is only a 45-minute drive. I mean, this is the area that supports the Nigerian crayfish market. Like 85% of Nigerians consume Oron crayfish. Just think about that. In a country of 220 something million plus people, and it just so happened to be only a 45-minute drive away from my village, Ikorobiokoi, in Nkbarene local government of Akwa Ibom State. So our crayfish is coming directly from Oron, and we process it at my facility in my village. So I hire the local villagers there to process the crayfish and get them ready for export to the United States. Our sea salt is sourced from Ebonyi State, where we have contact. Our sea salt and ogbono, both from Ebonyi State, Nigeria. Black pepper is sourced directly from Maiduguri, from the north. So our supply chain is intact. And by focusing on that niche, we are now known, we're actually we rank very, very high on Amazon on those items that I mentioned, and we don't even advertise. There's no need for us to pay for advertising or sponsored ads on Amazon because we rank very, very high because we've been doing it for quite a while. Okay, so pick a category that you want to focus on and make sure that it's a category that you love interacting with. If you are not a fashion, but look, I was in fashion before I moved into a different direction. Yeah, could I have easily gone into the Nigerian fashion space and start bringing it? But the problem with fashion is there's just so many variations of sizes, and you buy a hat, you're gonna need to buy medium, large, extra large. If you sew a nice senator outwear, Nigerian senator, you're gonna have to have medium, you're gonna have to have large, you're gonna have to have extra large. It was just too much going on, and which makes inventory a nightmare. Same thing with shoes. You gotta have a certain size. Some sizes sell a lot better than other sizes. So the fashion industry, while it could be profitable for you, you gotta consider these elements of variations that you are going to have to deal with in order for you to be successful. And that is why we went into the spices, because an ounce is an ounce. An ounce in Nigeria is an ounce in the United States. Whereas you can have some people where medium, the Nigerian version of medium could be the United States version of small. So you're always dealing with those variables that is really, really hard to hone and nail down. So really consider this if you want to go into the fashion space. You got to make sure that you have quality items. I'm talking about fashion now. Obviously, on all of the product categories, you got to have quality items anyway. But especially on fashion, they have to be able to sew a straight line. I actually stopped at one point. I stopped sewing Nigerian clothes in Nigeria because every time you put them in the washing machine, the threads come off. So unless you have a robust, solid supply chain, someone that's a professional tailor, it is not something that I would advise you getting into. The fashion industry is highly competitive and it's very, very difficult to scale. You are always marking down items. You're always marking down items. I don't remember the last time I marked down our spices. We've marked them down a little bit, but we always go back to the normal price. But with fashion, you are always playing that game of markdowns. So that is one category you could look into, but make sure you pay attention to the pros and cons of fashion. Traditional crafts. We have that too. We have beads that we are selling. Again, this is all part of our strategy early on, where we're bringing in all of this hodgepodge mixed bag of items. And the beads is one that actually took up for us. The profit margin on that thing is very, very high, and it's a profitable category for us. But long term, we are going to eventually have to stop that, or I'm going to create an entire brand outside of the Bereket brand just to be able to bring this in. So so when I do that, what happens? It means that the time that I'm spending developing this new brand is the time that I'm spending not building a Bereket, our food brand. So all of these things, I don't want you to make that same mistake. So if you are just starting out, or if you are at a point where you are at a crossroads where you're thinking, okay, should I pick this niche or this product category? Should I continue on this route with another product category, or should I mix them both? Always consider what you love to do and what you love interacting with. I love the fact that Oran is only a 45-minute drive. I love the fact that I get to employ villagers to help us process this crayfish. I love that fact. And because of that, we have a story behind our brand that allows us to charge $12 an ounce on Amazon when everybody else is charging $5 for 5 ounces. So we are not playing the pricing game here with our business. Because if you do that, it's one of the fastest way for you to price yourself out of the market and kill your business when you're constantly racing to the bottom, trying to be the cheapest, trying to be the lowest price, and you're offering more that you're not supposed to be offering. That's one of the fastest ways to kill your business. So the story behind your brand is also very important. That is why we are able to charge premium for our crayfish brand, because there's a story behind it that's validated. You've seen go on my YouTube channel and search Oran Rich and Bereket in Oran. I go to Oran from the United States of America to meet the suppliers, to meet these guys that are going out there and bringing this crayfish in from where they're bringing it from in the river. So that story is validated, and as a result, our customers know that they're getting the best of the best directly from the source. And that is why we are able to charge more than others, and there hasn't been any pushback. So we are going to continue to expand the Bereket Crayfish brand in the future through trade shows, tasting events, because it's a brand and it's a seasoning that translates. Not just for Nigerians, because it's a seafood seasoning. Crayfish is a seafood seasoning. Same thing with our black pepper from Maiduguri. It has that very unique hot taste that you don't get anywhere. Consider these items when you are looking into importing these goods from Nigeria. Stick to one particular product category, then you can sub niche from that product category. Do not mix food with fashion. There was even one point we were bringing in, what else are we bringing in? We were bringing in like raw materials, like sawdust and wood. And what is it that we didn't bring in that was made in Nigeria? We brought in a lot of stuff. But at the end, it was really diluting my time. Yes, I have all of these products that we want to offer, but are we a generalist store or are we a brand? You gotta think about your business that way. Are you a generalist store trying to appeal to everybody and their mother, or are you a brand trying to appeal to just a core niche of people? Be a brand. Be a brand that is known for something. If you want to go into fashion, Nigerian fashion, become that brand that's known for bringing in the best high quality Nigerian fashion into the United States market. If you want to go into spices and seasonings, specialty foods, gari, all of that stuff, become known for that. If you want honey. And also, another thing I want to say is, in that sub niche, not every item is going to work out. We are currently selling honey right now. And I should have listened to my wife because she advised me not to go into the honey business because it's just too saturated. I went into it anyway. And I'm paying for it right now because we have an inventory of honey that we are trying to get rid of. And yeah, we've been selling them. But once that inventory is gone, we want no part of honey. We know our niche. We've honed it down. We know what our customers want. We know what's working out for us. It's the crayfish, it's the ogbono, it's the pepper and the sea salt. Those 4 items is what we want to narrow down and go deep in. Now, regarding the platforms you should be selling on, we know that Amazon has that traffic. We know that Walmart has that traffic. Walmart Marketplace has that traffic. You have also got to create your own website. When I had my fashion business, I used to be on Shopify. The problem with Shopify is you don't own the back end. You do not own the platform. If Shopify, and it's like $29 a month just to have a basic store, and if you want more features, I think it's a little bit more. But the problem with platforms like the Shopifys and the Wixes and those all other templated platforms is, yes, it's easy for you to launch your product on it, but you are not the owner. If Shopify wakes up one day and decides that they no longer want you on that platform, they will shut you down. It's the risk that you also take with Amazon. If Amazon decides, hey, this product doesn't really fit what we're trying to do, they can shut you down. Then where do you go? So the platform that I use is WordPress. 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 It's an open source. All you gotta do is buy your hosting. And the hosting company that I use is DreamHost. And I pay $19.99 a month to host my back end, to host everything that I have on their server. So my website, I own my website. No one can come and shut me down unless I'm doing something illegal. So you gotta think about that too. Unless you're doing something illegal, You basically own your own server, you own your own backend, you own your own product on platforms like WordPress. And then WooCommerce. There's a plugin within WordPress called WooCommerce specific for e-commerce entrepreneurs to sell their goods and services within WordPress. WooCommerce doesn't exist with Shopify because you don't own Shopify. You don't own the platform. It's just plug and play. You just plug in things into, and I've done that. And that's why I can speak to this with conviction that you have got to establish your own website. And as you continue to grow your Amazon business, you are also optimizing and tweaking your website so you can start selling and appealing to customers who want to shop directly with you as opposed to shopping on Amazon. So I hope that this helps those who are starting out or existing business people looking at importing Nigerian goods. The product category that you choose to focus on it could be the deal maker or the deal breaker for you. And as you narrow down your product line, it makes your supply chain a lot easier to reach. The e-commerce space has so many components to it that it's virtually impossible for anyone to gather everything in one video because things are always changing. Amazon is always changing how they're doing business and what they expect from their sellers. The global e-commerce space is changing the way consumers buy products. Private labeling is a big deal now. And I spoke about this before in a recent video on private labeling. This is where you build your own brand. Like we're doing with the Barricade brand. You process, you bag, you package consumer goods under your own brand. Trademarking, you got to get that trademarked too, just for additional protection. So branding is not e-commerce is not a set it and forget it business. You have got to be hands-on with the platforms that you're selling on. You have got to be hands-on with the products that you're bringing in. And you have got to be very disciplined on the quality of items that you're importing from Nigeria into the United States. I've been in the import business since 2003 for over 20 years. If you're looking for some consulting advice on how to proceed and what to do and how to navigate, and I can be a resource for you. But also check out Barricade.com for authentic Nigerian flavors, homegrown in Nigeria, sold in the United States market. And be sure to subscribe. We have over 20 different videos covering everything from investing and doing business in Nigeria, food exportation and importation into the United States, packaging and branding, marketing strategies, how to navigate e-commerce, real estate development, because we are diversifying into real estate development, building corporate rental properties in Nigeria. And I am doing all of that from the United States. I travel to Nigeria regularly now. I'm not one of those absentee operators. I travel to Nigeria regularly. And I have my ears on the ground. I know what's going on in the country. And I'm able to bring that knowledge and share it with you guys. So watch this video over and over again and see what fits in for you. And be sure to share it with your friends who are interested in income opportunities on e-commerce on their own website and platforms like Amazon, Walmart Marketplace. All right, I gotta run, guys. Just want to put that out there. All the best. Have a wonderful day. I will talk to you guys soon. Okay? Bye.